Music back to back to back on iLive Radio.
Hey, welcome to bChic, Not Bougie. I'm your host, Alicia, alongside DJ Richie. How you doing?
I'm trying something new today. Do you see it? I'm like sitting down.
Oh, I like it. And it's a little, like, it's only like a minor thing, but it's a big deal.
We'll see.
Get comfortable, get intimate,
We'll see how it works with like the laptop position and stuff, but I'm trying to know.
Okay, I like that. I like the vibe. I like the vibe that you're going. So I remember the time you were sitting beside me, I was like, oh, it's a cute little.
Right?
Don't worry, one day we're gonna have a little couch and we'll be chilling. Today we also have like a guest here with us, my bestie, best friend.
Hello.
Candace Henry, real estate agent. If you're looking for one, get at
Buy,
her.
sell, lease, invest.
Okay, so she'll be here chiming in and keeping it up to date with what we're going on today. What was that face for?
We're just having like an issue with
the
Facebook.
link?
The Facebook one. YouTube is good.
YouTube is good,
but Facebook is not good. So
I
guess we can.
If you clicked on it already and everything, it's still not.
Yeah. Try it. It's giving me like an error message.
Okay, I'm gonna get that going soon. I'm gonna just message. Well, in the meantime, between time, how was your weekend?
Weekend was good. It was busy. I remember Saturday, a group of.
I remember.
Yeah,
That's all you remember?
Well, I remember Saturday. Friday, it's a blur. But Saturday, I remember a group of guys, like cousins, friends, really close friends. We all took all the children we could find, and we went down to Center Island for the morning. So that was pretty cool and tiring because it was like
a long day.
It was like 14 kids. And they range from like age 14 to like 2. So it was fun. I mean, the kids had a blast. Mm-hmm. So that was good. Saturday, then I went to a barbecue. Sunday was real chill.
It was chill?
Yeah, Sunday was very chill. After Saturday, I needed that. And then my daughter was like, Daddy, what are we doing today? I was like, nothing. Was
Not a damn thing. We're going to chill today. I'm tired.
This was like a Netflix day. Like, we could watch every movie you want, as many movies as you want, but we are not going. Well, we went to the park.
Did you go to Jerk Fest?
No, I did not. I didn't even know it was this weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm really just, I don't know if I'm like out the loop or what.
Jerk Fest was really good.
I heard it was really good.
It was. The Saturday
anyways.
What
night did you go?
The Saturday.
Okay.
And it was rammed. The lineup was like down the park.
With like
down the
hill.
Like
cougar ladies. And
it was everybody.
What?
It was everybody.
Because Dexter Daps.
Okay, first of all,
cougar ladies, I was happy to see
you too.
I was not happy with his performance.
You weren't happy?
He was not
horrible. First of all, his music was playing so loud that all I hear was.
Oh, that's an audio.
And then it was like, what are you saying? And then he would say partial words to this song. Let me tell you. And I'm like, tell us what you want to say. And he's like, let me tell you. And I was like, tell us, please. I'm dying to know.
We're still waiting.
Yeah, I'm waiting. And that's all he said the whole song. And I was like, I really don't know what he's trying to tell us. And so I'm really upset with his performance. I think that was like, I was definitely looking forward to that. And he wasn't the highlight of the show.
That's unfortunate.
It was unfortunate. I think everybody was like waiting to like tear off their panties and and it was not that type of night. So
me being one of those
literally. With that being said, is there anything else that you did on the weekend?
No, that was it. That was all I did. What about you? I didn't get to watch your videos this week.
You didn't watch my videos?
I tried. I saw. What did I see? I saw you and a white guy.
Me and a white guy. You making shit up out here.
You
making shit up out here.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I don't know what you're talking about, but what I will say, there was a couple of things. Well, one, I had to go back to talking about Jerk Fest. I was very impressed with Freddie McGregor.
Yes.
He was amazing. Amazing. So, just obviously, you can't compare the two, like Dexter Daps and, but like at the end of the day, I was just very disappointed in Dexter and I was very impressed with. So I wasn't mad at the night overall and I'm happy that Dexter was last because we left a little early because of that. The food was always amazing. I had a great time. And
what did you eat? Like, I saw one of my friends put up a video with his son eating alligator. So I feel like if you go,
I heard that Jerk alligator. Yeah, they have, but they ran out early.
I did not see that.
So I feel like if you go to Jerk Fest, you have to try something new every year.
Makes sense.
So what did you eat this year?
I ate a jerk chicken poutine.
Same thing she ate last year.
Because I love jerk chicken poutine. I don't get it every year.
I feel like you ate that last week at at
the other
Rib
yes,
Fest or something.
You know what? Rib Fest, I had ribs. I had ribs, cornbread, and
That looked good too.
and a poutine.
What did we go
And
to that you had your
another
chicken
poutine.
poutine though?
We
That
were
was not
at
good.
Afrofest.
Afrofest.
Afrofest. It was the same truck actually.
Okay.
But the funny
Sure
thing
was.
is, you know what?
Everything.
You know what? I like to try different jerk chicken poutines, but this year around I had the same one, which I wasn't mad at it. I was hungry, and it did what it is supposed to do. Years before, it was always a different jerk chicken poutine. I love poutines, so
Clearly.
I'm a little greedy. I'm trying to work on my carbs situation.
You know,
and
every week,
With her jerk chicken
every week she
poutine.
comes and says that, but every week
It's a
I
little-
told you about what she
she
ate.
has a poutine.
well, I'm working on it. So I'm actually going on a keto diet.
Blow up.
I'm announcing it because I want people to be on me. You heard what
Accountability,
you heard what I'm saying. I'm
accountability.
being. Let me know if I'm, doing anything wrong. But I really want to try because I need to lose a little couple pounds for my birthday, and I want to be
So we got, like,
snatched.
1, 2, 3, like 5, 6 months. 6 months.
Is it February?
Good time.
Yeah.
Good time.
It's a good time to start, right? So I figured let me start from now. I want to be snatched, and yeah, we'll see about that. There was no white guy around the weekend. I don't know what you're
I'm
talking
trying
about.
to think who.
Me too. I was like, who was you talking?
I saw you with somebody, and I just.
You out here making things up. I wish I was with somebody, but anywho, we went to a barbecue. Shout out to homeboy Mac. It was his family barbecue, and if you've seen the videos that we posted on my Insta story, it was.
Oh, you know what? It
My
was
prize
it.
is still in your car. I forgot about
Is in my
that.
car? Yes, it is.
It wasn't a white guy. I saw your video
Yeah.
of like and something about slow whining, and you said if somebody can't slow whine, you like that.
Oh, okay.
See,
But that wasn't it. It was a couple. So the couple is they obviously had the chairs in the middle, and they had single ladies sit down, and the men were trying to dance who has the best performance, right? Kind of
were you a part of that?
No, they were trying to get us to come in there, but we were chilling, because
Y'all ain't trying to get snatched.
It's a family thing, and I'm like, what are they gonna do at this family situation? But they were doing the most.
Exactly. Wasn't the family a part of it?
Yeah, but we didn't know that they were gonna do this. So the winner, anyways, he won last year, and he picked up the woman in the air, and he was.
Who was this woman that he picked up?
That's what I wanted.
First of all, it was an older couple,
Yeah.
and I was very impressed with his stamina and his ability to do what he was doing. Good for you. There's some young men that can't do the things you do. So, good things happen, when you get older too. But moving forward, there was one couple that was whining low to the ground. They were grinding, and they were low. So I was just like, yo, if my man can't grind me like this, low to the ground, I don't want him. I'll throw the whole man away. I don't want him.
See these expectations.
It's not really bad expectation. I think it's a great. I'm really hot. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm hot. So, but I think that's something that your knees. You need to work on your knees. I've been doing this. I know, Mom, TMI. I apologize if you're hearing this, but I haven't been getting any lately. But I've been practicing, just the squat situation. Because you need when you start to ride
She
again,
said she's been practicing.
you got to practice.
That's it. I don't know what. That's something that I don't know.
I feel like when people
See,
go
I
back,
can't
when you
even-
haven't done
I
it for
can't
a
even,
while,
like-
and then you just jump on, you jump on the D, and then you're like, my knees hurt and I'm tired. I don't want to be that
I
girl.
thought she's gonna be depends. I was gonna say it depends the size of the D, but you talking about knees and stamina. That's a whole.
Yeah,
other
you don't you can't, I don't know, when you're riding, you don't ride on your knees. You kind of go on your tippy toes and okay. Well,
There's different styles.
so we're just going to have to change that. Well, within that topic, before we get into Stay Woke news updates, because you're looking at me like, say what? But I have a question for celibacy. Okay, so just
You
a
want to
question.
do that first?
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
just
know,
quick.
right?
Let's just
Before
quick.
Stay woke.
I'm just saying. I'm saying.
Because we
Before
still have
stay woke, let's talk
relationship
about
topics
Okay,
later
go
on,
ahead.
right? Well, I'm hot. I wish I brought my fan in here. I don't know why I'm hot. So, celibacy. Should we remain celibate until we find the right one?
No.
That's a no. Why no?
Well, I mean, personally, I think it depends if you want to, if you care to. I don't think it's a necessary thing.
Okay.
And I feel like, just because you're not with the right one at that moment doesn't mean that you don't have other wants and needs yourself in the time being. And you might be a little happier if you keep yourself happy
Skin glowing.
in the time being. I already don't got nobody. Can I at least feel good?
I hear you.
So I don't think it's a necessary thing, no.
Okay. I like the answer. What about you?
I say yes.
What?
I'm shocked.
I do.
How long
because,
is this yes willing to go on is what I need
You know
to
what I mean?
from you.
A while. A while, because I feel like at this point there's no sex for those who have been active for a period of time.
Yeah.
There's no sex you haven't had. You know what I mean? And any sex I think that you may not have had, you should probably want to save that now for someone special. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know what it is, and yeah, you may miss the feeling and all that stuff, but at the same time, you have to look at it and be like, well, I've been having sex with all these other relationships and all these other flings and all these other whoever, friends with benefits, whatever situations may be before, and I'm still here. Like, it still leaves me here, single, wanting more, wanting something long-term, something official, yet I don't have that. So now it's time for me to try something else. You know what I mean? Where it's like you can.
What if you've tried that?
If you've tried that, then at least you can pick you can pick from both experiences. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And just kind of see what one
you're really feeling.
Yeah. But I just feel like, one, they say sex complicates things, which I agree at times.
I agree.
And two, it sometimes becomes the focus. After you finally have sex with a person, then like if you really think about it, if you continue to see the person the next 4, 5, 6, 7 times, you guys are really just having sex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
in the beginning, at least. In the beginning, at least.
Yeah, in the beginning.
It eventually changes.
Have sex, but I don't think that you cannot also continue to foster that potential if you want it while having sex.
But it doesn't happen a lot.
I don't agree with that.
It just doesn't.
I don't agree.
Because
I'm on the fence with both of you.
I guess it
guys
depends
were just
on who
like,
you're dealing with.
Now you know what it feels like with the person. And again, you're not going to continue to see the person if the sex wasn't good.
Agreed.
Right? So now you know the sex was good.
Agreed.
And then you want more.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Agreed.
sometimes you lose focus. Sometimes you like come off course of what the actual goal was.
Goal is to figure out
right?
if
Which
this
is
is what you want.
Exactly.
If it's marriage.
Because now you get caught up in the sex. And then if you look at your own relationships or situationships from your past, a lot of times they extended themselves because of sex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't based on there's potential
or friendship or a real foundation between
it
the
was
two.
just like, well, he's who I'm smashing, she's who I'm smashing.
Yeah.
And, you know,
it was a physical attraction.
It was a physical
before.
thing, right?
Yeah.
So yes.
Okay.
Long
I'm in between. I feel like I agree with you, and I think that, like, we have needs. Ani, my wanteds. So, we're going to do what we want to do. At the same time, your real focus is, like, well, everybody has different goals, but, like, mine is to eventually, settle down, get married, have kids. Mm-hmm. And when you start to think of, okay, let me just smash this guy, in the meantime, you start to lose focus on what you're really looking for. Mm-hmm. Because maybe you're dedicating too much time to smash this person. Meanwhile, the right one's over here, and, you don't even see him because you're too occupied with that person. So I think it's a balance.
Yeah,
I think you have to balance it out.
That too, but you just don't get lost in it, right? Like
but it's hard when it's
kind
it's
of
good.
A question, right? Yeah, but I mean, there's 24 hours in a day. You can take 1 to 2 of those hours and smash and have a whole remaining day to get what you need to be done. Focus on whatever. So I think it's also where your mind's at too. Like, you can have someone that you're sleeping with, and that's what that is about, and you know that that's what that is about.
I never support that, by the way. I never support.
You don't support what?
Never
just
support
have
what?
someone that you're sleeping with.
Why?
And since
because
when?
I just feel like it's not. I feel like it's counterproductive.
Now, since when?
No, now, like, I guess, like, when we reach a certain age,
mm-hmm.
and we know now, like,
what it is that we're looking for.
Exactly, and we're done, like, playing the field, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. In
that area, living our best life in that way, I don't support it, because it's like, I just said it in a group 5 minutes ago. I said, our words are saying we want this, but our actions are counterproductive to what we want. So we want to find someone to settle down with and do all of this stuff, but then we're just sleeping with somebody just for the sake of sleeping with them.
And it's not even the ones that we want to be
like,
with.
We're not preparing ourselves for what we say we want and positioning ourselves to get it. Because
so you don't think you can do that at the same time?
No, I feel like it's counterproductive. Like anything.
I think it can be done at the same
I think
time.
It's like anything. Like,
so.
you want to build your career. You want to build your career, but then you spend more time in the club than you do in doing other things, because you're like, oh, well, I still need to have fun and have a balance. Yeah, but at some point, what you want is going to require sacrifice.
Agreed.
Sure. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So a lot of times it's like, I want a relationship, I want marriage, I want kids. Okay, what are we sacrificing now at our ages and at our stages to get that?
Yeah.
I don't think if you ask a lot of people, what are you sacrificing to get that? They'll be like,
nothing.
They'll be speechless.
they'll be like, I'm still getting it in because I need it. You know? I know.
You get what I'm saying?
I get you.
Yeah, so that's why I don't support that right now.
I'm in between, like I said. I feel both of you. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard to say either or, but I definitely feel like I'm kind of torn in that situation because I feel like, yeah, you know what? I did it before. I was celibate, although my girlfriends don't want to believe me, for a whole year.
Just not that
A
long.
whole year, and then I met my boyfriend. And
so you
then
think she did like
Or
7,
X.
8 months?
Yeah,
I
feel like
No, no.
around that. I don't
No,
know
no,
if it was a full
no,
year.
no,
because
no.
I feel like
No,
I
no.
haven't gone longer than 8 months.
that's
and I
good
don't
for
feel-
you.
and
No,
I
y'all
don't
gonna be in the
feel
same category.
And I don't feel like she could go with
I went a whole year, fam. Okay, you hearing me? I went a whole year
that's
without
an
it.
accomplishment.
Say all what y'all want to say. I know what my girl when I went through. Okay, ain't nobody know better than me and her. Ain't nobody. And so my whole thing is going through it. It did open me up to like when I was in the next relationship after that. I was a lot different than how I used to be because I really took it as serious as if it was going towards a marriage situation, even if he wasn't.
That's because you refrained from sex for so long. Do you think that
Yes.
played a big role,
I-
or somewhat, or?
I think it played a big role because it was like I waited so long to finally do this with someone. Although I can't kind of lie, like I slept with somebody before my boyfriend, but that wasn't the point. So anyhow, the point is when I settled down with him after still a year, my whole thing was I felt like I was more focused on only him. Like I wasn't thinking of, no offense, other guys and other penises because I haven't had it in so long. You know what I mean? And I think that when you're sleeping with other people, you date someone, the moment they piss you off, you're so quick to be like, you know what? I'm gonna go check Tyrone again for real quick. You know what I mean? Like him and I, we vibe together and so forth. Like you lose focus on what, like you're saying, on really what your goal is. I get this is frustrating for the moment, but you know Tyrone has nothing for you. You know what I mean? So like you just go in there for the D, and because it's familiar and you know it's good and it's close to you, it's so easy to run to that. And we may deny it in the moment, but really in reality, that's what we do, and men do it too. You know what I mean? So I just feel like it does help. It helped me at least. So lately I've been thinking like, I don't know. In general, it's been hard to get some D. So I don't know. I'm just gonna, I might as well be celibate for a little bit. It's like these guys playing so much damn games. But yeah. See, I like that topic. It was a good little quick. We're going to get back into other stuff a little later. But in the meantime, we're getting into Stay Woke News Update. A man has been rushed to the hospital in critical condition following police that have described an altercation in Scarborough Village. The incident occurred at a strip mall near Eglinton Avenue and Markham Road at around 6:30 a.m. Police have released few details, but say 2 people were involved in the altercation at the plaza in the area. Police have released few details that the paramedics confirmed that one person has been taken to a local hospital with life-threatening injuries, and the investigator says one person has been detained in connection with the incident. I just don't get why this is still happening in this world, but
I don't think it's gonna get any better. I keep saying that.
I think it should, but I don't feel like it would.
No.
It should, but it Peel this one was kind of interesting. So, no, not this one. It was actually the next one. Peel Regional Police are engaged in a widespread manhunt after an adult male suspect allegedly shot and seriously injured a woman and stole a police cruiser and then stole a second vehicle in Mississauga this afternoon. So, well, damn, it's right. Like, how did you get these cruisers? Do they not lock the doors? I don't know. I'm just they run out. You know what I mean?
It's the police.
Yeah, like let them catch a charge. So Peel Regional Police Constant Sarah Patton says the officers were called to the Apple Blossom Circle. I was gonna say Apple Bottom Jeans. I don't know why that came to my mind. Near White Clover Way and Mavis Road for a report of an altercation between a male and female at 2:28 p.m. And they say that the adult male suspect fired shots at the female, striking her at least once. She was taken to a local hospital, but non-life-threatening conditions. Police caught up with the suspect in Stanford Farm Park near the home where they called I don't know. Anyways, the suspect engaged in physical altercation with the officer. The male then got into the police cruiser and attempted to flee. And the officers...
He never got shot yet?
No.
Hold on.
You know this is in Canada.
Get shot yet?
You know this is in Canada. So if it was the States, they'd be like bang, bang before they can say 2 words. But officer attempted to subdue him, but they were unsuccessful and added that the officer fired shots at the suspect as he sped off in the cruiser. It's not funny, but as a result, the provincial special investigator unit has been notified and investigating the incident. So
they can't find this person yet?
I think they found this. I think there's more updates, but it was just they're investigating further, like why happened, and How did you take the car? How did you officers, what was he Hulk? Like, what was really going on here?
The man was not shot.
And moving forward, lastly, 4 Toronto area police officers have admitted to lying on the stand about stealing a statue of Scarface character Tony Montana, an alleged drug dealer. So there's 4 Toronto police officers. So the drug squad officers had pleaded guilty to 1 count, each attempting to obstruct justice. The court had Constant Richard Rary, Constant Damien Saviano, Constant Mahai Masurana, and Sergeant Emmanuel Perro resigned from the force as a part of the plea deal. An alleged statement of facts say that on June 24th, 2014, actually, Rary carried out 1 meter tall wooden statue from Lau Somerville storage locker in Toronto, where the 3 officers watched, and the Crown Attorney Peter Scruton says that the theft was stupid. To obviously, they were pretty much just like it was a prank that they're trying to do, but the bad part was obviously lying in court, because it's obviously a serious offense, which I'm pretty sure they do know this. And so the judge accepted a joint submission of 12-month conditional sentencing and including a 6 months of house arrest. It's pretty interesting. I was reading that. I was like, am I reading this correctly? So they stole like a 20 months on a statue. So anyhow, that was really stupid.
Did they find the statue?
I'm pretty sure they did. Like, at the end of the day, like, how did you, like, was there videos? But you're admitting it. So at this point, I'm pretty sure you guys got caught. So that's it for Stay Woke News updates, and credits to CP24. Richie, what's going on for events?
That was some interesting news.
Right? It was a little different.
All right. So happening this weekend, I mean, it's still summer, so there's a lot of things going on. So I tried to pick out some of the best or, most interesting events I could find. So Thursday, August 15th to August 18th. Ladies, this one's for you, kind of, sort of. There's an Aldo warehouse sale. Yeah, so over 10,000 pairs of Aldo shoes will be liquidated, and prices range from $19.99 to as high as $39.99. So it's 4 days, August 15th. Yeah. So those warehouse sales are pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Gotta go early.
And they have men's shoes as well. So August 15th to 18th.
And kids' shoes.
And kids' shoes.
Yes.
So Markham Fairgrounds. I know, right? This is taking place at Markham Fairgrounds, which is like McCowan Road, north of Major Mackenzie in Markham. And Friday, the CNE officially opens. Yay. So everybody knows what CNE is all about. Entertainment, concerts, food, rides, games. Gambling?
Yeah, the little casino that they have at the CNE.
They have a casino at the CNE?
You did not know
I haven't been for years. So
yeah, well, that's a big part of it. You really did not know that?
I didn't know. There's a casino at the CNE?
Yeah, a big ass one too. They make it big.
That is wow. No, you know what it was? The hallway is hot, and because we left the door open, the heat started to come in. So I closed it now. So hopefully.
Oh, the heat from out there.
Yeah, because out there is super hot.
That makes sense. I'm like, yo, I'm so hot. And I don't know. You guys look chill. Like, I'm just like.
No, when I started to feel it, then I knew something was wrong. Because I had been here for a minute. Okay. And I was fine.
Right.
And then you guys came and made me.
Came late. So. But we got here on time.
It's cool. Happening at CAD on August 17th and 18th is T-Dot Fest. So this is celebrating the best in urban music coming out of Toronto and all across Canada. Festival features over 60 artists from all over the city. Some of the acts attending include Carl Wolf, Destiny, I think her name is. There's no vowels. DSTNY. Google her. She's pretty dope. Chromas, who apparently has a very big following.
Oh,
hey,
that's amazing.
Listen, do you, whatever you do,
it's
get
working.
yours. Yeah.
So
keep doing it. Ricochet from Flow 93.5, Young Tory, JRDN. I don't know if that's a Jordan. Oh, is this a thing now where we're just leaving out the vowel?
But if it's the same one, he's been around for a minute.
Yeah, he's been doing his thing. I know a couple of people that work with him. DJ T Major, DJ Andre 905, and many, many, many more. So again, this is happening at Ontario Place. It's a 2-day event, the 17th and the 18th. So ticket prices range from $10 to $50, depending, I guess, on how many of the acts you want to see, or if it's a 1-day or a 2-day pass. So check that out if you can. And last but not least, happening Sunday, August 18th, the internationally acclaimed global party Igloo comes to Toronto for the first time. So this is a big
Best
party.
The Glow?
Igloo.
Igloo, yeah.
Oh, Igloo. The Glow. Someone's paying attention.
Igloo is kind of like a Sands. It started in Jamaica, and then they started taking it into different areas in the States and all over. And first time, it's now going to be in Toronto. It's going to be featuring DJ Tyrone, Nitro Sound from Canada, Dutty Dex from Miami, and Copper Shot Sound from Jamaica, who are like the resident DJs at Dream Weekend. So it's definitely a big event. It's happening this Sunday. Time slot is from 3 to 9 at the Ascot Park Event Center, which is in Vaughan. It's 2839 Rutherford Road, which is like Jane and Rutherford area. And tickets, I've been getting a lot of broadcasts and messages. Tickets, they had $60 early bird tickets. They are now at $80 tickets. All the $60 tickets are sold out. They are now at $80 tickets. And the $80 tickets apparently are selling out quickly as well. And after $80, I have heard they will be at $100 a ticket. I believe it. So if you don't have your ticket yet and you're planning to go,
hurry up.
Get it now.
Yeah.
Get it now.
It's going to be a huge event. It's going to be like thousands on thousands of people. Hopefully, I've already put it out there that it is a much more successful and safer environment than what we experienced at Sands. So, just go out and just
enjoy yourself
and behave.
Yeah.
Say no to violence, people.
I don't understand that.
And if you cannot handle your liquor, please
stay home.
Just
don't even come out. No, just stay home.
Yeah, that too. Because the
home.
sun and the alcohol and the weed, that mixture together puts people in a very altered state of mind. So let's just all be safe and just have a good time.
Agreed. I like that.
Yeah.
I just want to mention actually for another event, Burna Boy. So Burna Boy was actually supposed to be here since Thursday when we went, but he got stuck in Detroit and got held up. So they rescheduled and actually just announced that the new scheduled date for that would be Sunday, August 18th. This is going to be at Rebel, 11 on Paulson Street. So definitely go ahead. Tickets will be on sale. Actually started today, so at 6 p.m. today they were on sale. You can get your tickets at ticketgateway.com, and the tickets are from $70 regular, and VIP is $120. So if you definitely want to see Burna Boy, which I love, and
I heard his album is really dope. I haven't listened to it yet, but I've heard his album is very dope.
So Sunday,
I take that in.
If you get a chance.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. Well, Richie, I know you just went over all the events, and I should have actually saved that little celibacy in between. But I know you're doing Fashion Buzz, so it's up to you. We could do Fashion Buzz. We could do topics of the week. Which one? How do you want to do it?
I'll do my Fashion Buzz. I can get out of it quickly.
You want to get out of it? Go ahead, do your Fashion Buzz, honey.
So this week I was just a video kind of inspired me to pick this person, and I chose Cardinal Official. So obviously, I think everybody in Canada knows who Cardinal is.
Big up yourself.
Born Jason Harrow on May 11th, 1976. He's up there. Cardinal is a Canadian rapper, record producer, DJ, and record executive, and basically one of the pioneers of hip hop in Toronto and Canada overall. Cardinal made a name for himself in the music scene with his unique style of combining hip hop and a reggae dancehall vibe in his songs. His Jamaican background played a big influence in his musical career, which stems back to the mid-1990s as a member of a group called The Circle. In his solo career...
Really?
He was in a group but he was young.
Do you remember that? I know, were you that age?
Yeah. That was before, I think he put out any of his solo singles.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So that was kind of even before he linked with, Socrates and all of them. But
got you.
Yeah, but it was early out, so, we gotta give you guys the background.
Yeah, no, I like to hear that. That's why I was kind of surprised. I didn't know that. That's actually interesting.
In his solo career, he signed with major label MCA Records in 2000 and released his second studio album, Quest for Fire, Firestarter Volume 1, which had the hit Bacardi Slang, which popularized Toronto's nickname of the T-Dot. I would say former nickname of the T-Dot, because really and truly Drake kind of killed all that. Yep. But it also gave us that also was his biggest and most memorable song today, which I think it is, Because Bacardi slang.
The T dot.
Yeah, like I remember watching that video premiere on 106 and Park.
Yeah.
Like, and that's when 106 and Park was hot.
Exactly.
And we were like, yo, Cardi.
We're on the map.
Like, yeah, we thought we had made it. We thought like we were about to be the biggest thing. We took a little setback after that, but you know, Drake came and fixed all that for us. Yes. So you know that's what's up. Shout out Drizzy. So through the roller coaster ride that is the music business, especially for Canadian artists back then, hip hop artists, Cardinal experienced the bad and the ugly, and eventually was no longer with MCA Records, which actually is no longer a label either. So you can see the path that went down. But his career didn't stop, as Cardi kept releasing music on his own, and in 2005 he connected with Akon, which was another milestone for hip hop in Canada.
And a great collaboration.
Yeah. Cardi officially signed to Akon's Con Live distribution label and released his fourth studio album entitled Not For Sale, which included his hit Dangerous, which is that groovy. Dangerous again, I know that one. Yep.
Go Richie.
It actually made it all the way to number 5 on Billboard Top 100.
Okay.
Which is a pretty big deal, right?
It is a big deal.
And it also had a song on there, which is one of my favorite songs. I don't know why, I just love the song. The number 1 song. Tide is high, but I'm holding on. So the thing with this song is there's 2 versions. There was one with Carrie Hilson and one with Rihanna.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
No, yeah. So I'm guessing Carrie Hilson
Rihanna when I
is the official one, and then the Rihanna one just kind of.
She slid her way in there. They were like, it's Rihanna. Put her in there, yeah?
It's Rihanna, right?
Yeah.
But I love that song. So Cardi would go on to continue to collaborate with a lot of artists, but he left Akon's label in 2010. So being in the music game for as long as he had been at this time, you definitely gained some knowledge of how things should operate, what real talent looks and sounds like, and who really has what it takes to make it big. So in 2013, Cardinal became the creative executive director of Universal Music Canada's A&R team, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal.
Because, you know, it's good when you can see that progression from, like, being an underground artist to having, you know, getting a record deal. And now it's like, we recognize your talent and you recognize talent. So we kind of, like, want to move you from the studio to the boardroom type of thing. So that's always big. So he's still doing that role right now as still recording music. He's actually working on his 6th studio album right now. I don't know if there's no release date for it, but he's working on it. And Cardinal's music catalog is pretty deep, and he has songs with Pharrell, Bounty Killer, Akon, Clips, Pitbull, Lil Jon, Sean Paul, Julie Black, Money Jane. Shout out Money Jane. That is a banger till this day, and a Toronto anthem. Estelle, Vibes Cartel, Styles P, T-Pain, Snoop, Wu-Tang Clan, Raw Digga, and so many more. Literally, like I couldn't even.
Was it Busta Rhymes too?
Girlicious, yeah. He has a song with Girlicious. You remember them? Like, yeah. So Cardi has definitely put in his work. Now, what I did notice is when I was going through the list, I scanned it a couple times, and I did see Drake's name as having a track with him, but it's titled "The Last Hope," featuring Drake and. Well, it's featuring Cardi and Andrina Mill. Shout out Andrina. But that was from way back on Drake's comeback season mixtape.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Right. So that's kind of crazy to me. Like, it was, I think as a true pioneer for like Canada hip hop, it would be really dope to see like Drake and Cardi and Tory Lanez. Yeah. And
what at the OVO Fest, apparently he shouted him out. I'm not sure if he performed, but he at least was on stage.
No, I saw Cardi put out a couple videos that he was in the crowd. He's usually backstage.
Yeah, he like shouted him out and stuff like that. That was okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. But it would be dope to hear them on a track together.
That would be dope.
Like just as, you know, a Canadian anthem then till now.
I'd really love to hear like a bunch of like even Nelly Furtado, like all of them, like kind of Celine Dion, like, you know.
Whoa,
is that too? Is that too?
I don't know.
Is that a big?
You went a little left there. You went a little. I was with you on Nelly Furtado. I was like, okay, yeah, we get her on a hook or two.
Is that right? You guys are with that?
No, I mean, listen.
I think if they got Celine Dion on, that'd be pretty big.
If you find the right track, yeah. But I'm just trying to envision it in my mind.
I can picture it.
If you can, that's it.
Like, you know, just. No, I guess not.
So with all his accolades and responsibilities, Cardi remains very grounded and active in the Toronto music and entertainment scene. You can literally bump into him at any party in the city, and he's always ready to smile, take pics, sign autographs, and interact with his people. For all the groundwork he has laid and trails he has blazed, this is why he is this week's Fashion Buzz.
Yes, Richie, snap, snap, snap. Go on with it, Cardi.
And I have a fun fact. At age 14, he performed live on stage for the first time, and Nelson Mandela was there. Like, he had just come out of jail in 1990. And
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it was something in Toronto. I don't know. And Nelson Mandela was there, and that was the first time Cardi performed on stage in front of Nelson Mandela.
That's amazing.
That's huge, right?
Yeah. It's very big.
That's what's up.
Look at you with these interesting facts. Go ahead with
Yeah.
it. Go ahead, Richie. Well, we're getting into the topic of the week. So, hot girl summer. We've been living it up. We talked about city boy summer, whatever that was. It's still, I don't know if it's even happening still. I think it's over. But,
that was cute. That was cute.
Hot girl summer, we're talking about dating and having a good time. But when it really starts to come down to it, again, we mentioned earlier that, you're trying to look for the right one at the same time in between all those, the roster that you have. You're trying to pick out the right one. And it can be very tricky when you're dating a couple of men and figuring out who the right one is, and women, because it's not just for men either. But you really have to also think about finding what really works for you. And it can become there's the no-nos when it comes to dating. So here's a few tips of 10 dating deal breakers and things to look out for when you're going on these potential dates as well. So one, for example, we always use social media. We're always meeting guys on in the DM and, Bumble and so forth. Number one thing you need to make sure... Noise it. One thing that we're going to say is not having a photo is a big alert. I'm not sure if you guys agree with me on this one, but I tend to ignore people that don't have no picture. You don't know if you're being catfish, if it's a man or a woman, if it's a serial killer. I don't know you. I need to see a little bit of pictures of you. So obviously, when everything is online, and people are not doing things a traditional way when you meet somebody organically, you just want to make sure that you do a little bit more investigation. So check out more of their profile, be able to see if they have more information on them before you just jump and go on a date. Because I know some people, again, blind dates are kind of fun. It could be interesting. Mm-hmm. I know my girlfriends and I, we always do this. We always send each other the license plate, where we're at, we're doing the most. And as females, you really do need to be more cautious. I mean, men too, but not as much. I don't know who's raping you. But, that's one thing I think that is really a deal breaker. So no photo, that can go on the list of a deal breaker. Number 2, taking too long to reply to text messages. Now,
what is too long?
Okay, so
everybody's on their phone all the time.
Every day, all day.
It's disrespectful.
How often are you on your phone, Richie?
Negative.
I'm on my phone pretty often, but...
And why would you ignore a message that if you're meeting a girl, right? You just getting to know her and you're talking to her, and let's say you're organizing a date potentially. Why do you go MIA? Okay,
and I'm not saying I support this in any way, shape, or form, but... Again, it goes back to y'all little group chats. A lot of times, guys are called thirsty if they're too available.
Aggressive or
too available.
No,
you message me and I message you right away.
It's a different thing.
It's okay.
That's what men believe. Y'all need to figure.
No, that's what you guys call us.
It's okay. Let it.
You guys call us thirsty.
So what? So explain that.
Not being attentive and respectful. That's being respectful. Responding to someone's message when they send it to you is being respectful.
I mean the ones that I'll let your message sit for an hour.
Why?
On purpose, even though you already seen it.
But why?
Childish.
That's the thing. You're doing too much. You're making a conscious effort to be an asshole, in my opinion.
Not being an asshole.
In my opinion, because you're not respecting her time.
How?
Because at the end of the day, if we took a moment to message you, right, and you are actually available, if you're busy, that's one thing. I can get that.
Yes.
People can literally be busy for that whole hour. Matter of fact, 2 hours. I can understand that. Right. But when you are deliberately looking at that message and then saying, "I'm not going to respond to it," and this is what pisses me off the most.
Wait a little bit.
WhatsApp.
Bullshit,
WhatsApp shows you when people go on, and if you have, your, what's it called, with your location on, right? So letting you know, turn off your location if you want people know this business. But if your location is on, you can see when the person is on it every minute, every hour, right? And so there's nothing worse than you messaging somebody and seeing that at 1 p.m., you ask them a question, you see them online at 1:02, 1:30, 2 p.m., 4 o'clock, and you're like, wow, like this is just disrespect. And the thing is like you really don't have an excuse at that point because you're looking in your phone.
Can I?
Sorry, go ahead. That was good.
All right. I like pulling out receipts.
Okay.
2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whenever it was, we talked about saying no without an explanation. That was Delicia's.
Me?
Yes, Delicia said,
No without explanation.
say no and don't feel like you need to provide an explanation.
Not necessarily.
For anything.
No, that's not true. You know what?
What did you say?
I'm gonna put my receipts.
What had you guys said?
No, it's okay. No, continue.
So,
I'm gonna look for my receipts.
If I
Just get out of here.
If I receive a message and I read the message and I'm not in a mental space where I wanna have a conversation or I wanna just
much of a mental
communicate at that time, I shouldn't be accosted because I felt like replying an hour later. If it's a time-sensitive matter,
you did it on purpose.
Thank you.
Different.
That's my
because
point.
I chose in the moment that I wasn't in the best space and mind frame to have a conversation about whatever it is, even if it's about the weather. I'm maybe just not in the mind space to have that conversation at this time.
That's a bit weird.
So why? But Delicia.
No. Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm a look.
So
Give me a look.
said you should be able to say no to people without feeling like you need to provide an explanation.
I will explain
some
that.
things,
You're taking
Why
what I said out
is-
of context, but it's
why
okay.
is it
You
not
are. You are. Okay, so start saying no, right? And I said this goes hand in hand with number one, which number one rule was I don't have time for the bullshit. Okay? And may this be work, family, friends, and of course your partner or love interest. It's a time we start to realize who's really down for us. And obviously, you kick the who's just using us out of your circle. You know what I mean?
Right.
So those are the ones you're saying no to. You're not saying no to the people that have been there for you. You're not saying no to the new people you don't even know and you haven't given a chance yet to. That's not who I'm referring to. I was pretty much just saying like you really don't want to overextend yourself too much. So saying no sometimes gives you more time to do things that you like to do. This has nothing to do with that. So I'm happy I got my receipts in check, honey. Okay, let me just throw my phone down. What you're talking about is it bluntly ignoring a message that you are going to respond to because you're still interested in the person. And that has nothing to do with nothing when it comes to that other conversation. What I'm just trying to say to you is, it doesn't make sense to do the long wait for the messaging. If you see it, respond. It's a simple, girls want that. See the maturity that we're talking about and like, you know what? No, the celibacy thing.
Girls go, people, you can be friends, you can be whatever. Like, if you're, like, just have manners. It's manners and consideration that you just had for everybody. Respect people's time the way you would want it respected as well.
If it's a time-sensitive matter, I will answer.
No, whether it's
but if it's just a general question
but like,
that I can talk about
Okay.
at any time,
you're right.
Can I say something?
What's the point of waiting if you're free to do so? If you're available and free to answer, there's really no reason not to.
Can I say one thing? One thing to
Or you
you.
can say 5
You
things.
mentioned that when it comes to celibacy, we want something and we're not focused on it, right? We're doing all the extras. That's what you're doing. If there's a potential person that can be your actual like partner, life partner, why are you putting that person on hold?
but when do you know?
You don't know until you take a chance, but that's the whole point. Just like what's the point in being celibate if you're gonna say, oh, I don't think the next person's gonna be the one? You don't know. You're taking that risk. You're not having sex with the person until you feel like this person may be worth it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so the same thing, if this person is making the effort, females don't even like to do this in the first place, to make the effort to be like, hey, so what time and when and such and such. So if we're doing that and we're messaging you, reciprocate that. Do the same thing. Don't have us waiting because we don't want to have you waiting. And if she's doing that, fuck her too. Because at the end of the day, I feel like at the end of the day, what's fair is fair. If you're trying to get to know somebody, if you don't like the person, that's a completely different situation. But if you're getting to know them or you're digging them a little bit, take the time to respond, because that becomes a deal breaker. This just starts to show people like, you know what, maybe this is not who I want to be with, because you're showing me already signs that if you're taking an hour, 2 hours to respond to one quick message, and I've seen that you've been online on WhatsApp, I now don't understand why you're doing this.
I feel like that's such a minor red flag.
But
I'm not saying
major.
it's not. I feel
you
like
play
it's so
games.
minor.
It looks like
How?
you play
Because-
games and don't have manners. In all honesty, because
something could be wrong one day. What if one day
That's
something
it.
But
really
that's
is
what
wrong?
I'm saying. You read them. I read the message.
Well, then why read
I
and not
know
respond?
I know if it's a time-sensitive matter,
No.
if it's an urgent matter.
You don't get to
or
dictate
if it's
that.
a
How
how do
conversation.
you know
You don't
that?
get to
Like, what
dictate
if
that.
someone's like, "Hey, what's up? What are you up to?" And then
If you're starting a conversation with, "Hey, what's up? What are you up to?" This is not an urgent matter.
But you taking the time to go read that message shows that you have the time to look at it. So you have the time to
Okay,
be
but
like,
what if-
I'm just at work. I'll hit you up later. There's nothing wrong with you saying, you know what? This seems not time, like, you know what I mean? Time sensitive. Let me message them back and say, you know what? I'm good. You know what? I'm just at work, whatever. But I'm done around 5 o'clock or so. I'll hit you up when I'm done. She's no longer going to wait for that respond at that time. She now knows that 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you may hit her back, as opposed to saying
What about just
nothing
tomorrow?
and reading it.
Say that.
I'm just.
You know what?
Say
I'm
that.
done. No, I'm done with you. I'm not even gonna respond to that. You know
But
what?
it could be tomorrow.
It could
depends
be
what's going on
tomorrow,
in your day. It
but
could
at least
go- it's
say
tomorrow.
I'm having a hectic. I'm having a bad day. I'm having a bad day. Can you? You know what? Tomorrow seems like a better day for us to have a little talk. Matter of fact, tomorrow seems like a better day for us to link up. I'm gonna send you a time and location, and we'll go from there. No?
No.
Grow up. Okay, Richie?
Childish.
Grow up.
Yeah.
You
see.
you guys out there, grow up. This
You
is
say we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Running late, number 3, is running late without notice or completely flaking on plans. Obviously, people hate this. That is a big deal breaker because you're not respecting that person's time, or that person for that matter, because I feel like everybody has things to do. You know, and I hate when people feel like my life is more busy than
Yeah,
yours.
at least say something.
Say something.
I'm not gonna make
you know?
it. I'm running behind. It's about manners and consideration.
I agree with that one.
Okay. Oh, good.
Oh, that one.
Oh, that was easy. I didn't have to
Shit.
explain nothing. Lord, you give me strength. Number 4, being rude to others. And I think that shows a lot about that person's character.
Exactly.
And their autopsy sometimes as well. I feel like if somebody can be rude and harsh to people that they don't know and you're still getting to know them, it's a kind of a reflection of maybe how they may treat you, or,
One day.
you know, your family members or your children, you know, whatever. Like, you have to really consider when you're talking to somebody, you know, you pick up on cues. So
It's in their character. So
it definitely is in their
can always come
character.
back to you at whatever given time.
It definitely is in their character. So that's something you agree with that one too? That's a deal breaker? Okay, yeah. Check. Excessive smoking and boozing. And this would be more so like, you know, when you're out, nothing's wrong with having an occasional drink or two, or having an occasional puff once or twice. But when you're on a date, or because this is like a dating thing, like 10 dating deal breakers, you know. I think people do this either because they're nervous, either because they're alcoholics or have substance abuse. It could be something serious, you know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is you have to look out for these signs, because there's nothing worse than having a good couple of drinks and all of a sudden this person's wasted and
Or
they
a
need a
whole
ride
different
home.
person.
And and you know, they're all over the place and you feel like you're responsible for this life all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like, take
Can I
responsibility.
give a quick funny story about
Yes,
that?
go ahead.
So I went on a date the other day
Can
with
you
this
hear?
guy.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm forgot about this. I went on a date the other day with this guy, and like we just went to we just went for a walk or whatever. And the next day, and he was acting mad weird, and in my head I was like, this will never happen again. Okay, like this is the end of this situation here. And the next day he hits me up. He's like, "Oh, I had such a great time. I hope I wasn't behaving weird. I was a little tipsy." Meanwhile, when we were talking, this man was like, "Oh yeah, today I was just chilling with my boys, and we had two 4s of beer." I'm like, well, damn, a little tipsy.
That's a lot.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
kind of interesting, because I was like, who the hell is this guy? Because this is mad weird. The shit that he's saying right now is
And was it
mad
in the
weird.
daytime he was drinking like that?
Not like early in the daytime.
Mid-afternoon.
Yeah, like after work type of shit,
Okay.
you know. But actually, he finished his work at 3 o'clock, so probably for the
Probably
rest
for
of the
today.
day is what it sounds like. And he was talking the most shit, and then after he was like, "Oh, you know, I hope you couldn't notice." And in my head, I was like, I did not notice you were tipsy, but I did think this is your personality. So you was maybe a whole nother person
Yeah.
yesterday just because of all that liquor, and never again.
So he doesn't get another chance?
No.
Oh.
I'm good.
Your first impression is everything, right? Like, you don't want to meet somebody and be at your worst. or be intoxicated and feel like you're no longer yourself.
Yes.
So I understand people get nervous having a couple drinks, like I'm nervous, I really like you. It's kind of cute, but then you'd be like, okay, slow down though. Like, don't gotta be all like, I ain't a celebrity, nigga. Like, you need to chill out. We gonna have a good conversation, and we want to hopefully do this again. But if you can't maintain yourself now, I don't even see myself wanting to have a second date.
Exactly.
So, have you ever had any bad experiences with girls drinking like that on a first date?
On a first date?
On a first date.
No.
You don't have any lushes when you rang out? Okay.
That word, what a throwback. Holy.
Number 6 is being needy. Yeah, and obviously at the beginning of any relationship or just getting to know somebody, the constant messaging, the constant I need to see you and what we're doing and where are we going out next and can we hang out with your friends? They don't have their own life and everything's revolving around. Oh, you sounds like it's similar to what you're going through over there. You feel like you're.
I'm saying I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but doesn't this contradict with the other one? Like, isn't it a little needy if you message me and then I'm just
Richie,
like, bro, I'll hit you when
separate.
I hit you?
That's two
I
different
feel
things.
like they're
if
close.
somebody messages you,
Oh my gosh,
they are initiating contact with you. Respect that.
You're
That's
needy.
Not like you send. It's needy if you send 5 messages in a row, like, hey, how are you doing? No response. An hour later, hey, what's going on? No response. An hour later, how's your day going? That's needy. Not, hi, how are you?
What's going on?
I'm good. How are you? That is not needy. That is
like 25 minutes later.
No.
It's a grown-up
I feel like even if a girl would, and sometimes even if a girl responds to you back to back, it's not even a matter of her being needy, but it's just like, I'm not wasting any more of my time. So if this is the type of person you are, I need to know this is the next hour. You know what I mean? So like if I'm like, hey, like what time are we going out? An hour later. So is this tonight, tomorrow? Like,
But
just
that's
give me an
time
idea.
sensitive. I would respond to that.
Respond.
I don't have to respond to, hey, what's up? How are you? Okay,
I mean,
I'll
you
get
don't have
to.
to do anything.
We'll
It
have that
matters.
conversation when we have that
It
conversation.
matters.
She just wants me to.
Oh, sorry, we can go back to the list. Sorry.
Everybody has things to do. Okay, so
We
if
all
you
do.
see the message, all I'm saying is respond. Respond, respect, but it's respectful.
Exactly.
Respond. If you even simply give a little, I'm busy. It's okay. We know you're busy, and that's why you can't respond too much. But you have enough to do. Anywho, I'm gonna keep it moving. Number 7, talking only about yourself. On the first date, when you don't really ask more questions about that person, it's all about me. It can be a deal breaker for people. It was a deal breaker for me before on dates. I hate that, but I laugh because I just eat more food and can't wait till the date's over and I go with my business. It's like you just don't have to talk. You never like.
Yeah, that's a turn off.
It's a big turn off. I don't like that. I feel like you're not interested in me. You're interested in yourself. So can I just get another cocktail while Mr. Chatterbox wants to keep going on? Number 8, a sloppy appearance. Obviously it's a no-brainer. We all know that like you're meeting the person, put your best foot forward, dress your best at all times. And so, especially if this is like really how you're gonna present yourself on the very first date, unless you told me you got robbed, there's really no reason for you to look the way you look. Okay? Just there's a certain level of grooming that you need to do in terms of, just can you be shaved a little bit? Can you be in, nails look neat? We're grown now. We don't have time for the extra bits. But unless you're coming straight from work, and I knew that, there's certain things that you can kind of accept and, get away with. So, if he's a painter or something, I don't know, you see a little paint, it's okay. Get away with that shit. Number 9, sexual incapability. Incompatibility. I'm not even saying the right word. Sexual incompatibility. So it just, the chemistry is off. You're lacking in some areas when it comes to just the physical aspect of it.
You're selfish.
You think that's selfish?
No, I'm saying selfish, being a selfish person when it comes to sexuality.
And it's just, it becomes a deal breaker when people just feel like, you're experiencing problems if you're experiencing problems now, can only imagine what happens down the road. It could be fixed.
I was gonna say, it
could be fixed
because you could teach the person.
I don't teach nobody at this age, but I remember kissing a guy, and his lip it felt like a chicken
gristle. This is the best story of our lives.
Chicken McGriddle?
No.
Gristle. You know the little bone in the chicken?
The marrow? Is it chicken marrow or
yeah, pretty much.
whatever?
That like weird plastic.
It felt like he had like an implant.
Oh, no. honest.
It felt like he had like an implant in his lip, and I was like, you know, I love sucking like men's lips.
Yeah.
So sexy. Anyways, I haven't had nothing in a very long time, guys. Bear with me. So I was like, ooh, you know, and then I got to his lip, and I was like, oh, it just. But I'm doing a good job. Not really, but I'm sliding in DMs. I'm doing the most, but it's not really working at this point. Anywho, yeah, it just wasn't for me. And he was a sweet guy. Everything else was really check. But I just couldn't get into it. I don't know why. And from that point on,
you don't know?
Yeah, I know. It was I was like, I should give it another chance, but I almost feel like he had some kind of implant in his lip. Could you even do that? Anyways, lastly, poor communication. Which is obviously a really big thing and crucial for any successful relationship. So this can be just a matter of listening to each other, communication, you know, two-way street, like where that at? So if you meet somebody and you feel like this person's just not hearing what you're trying to say, or you feel like you're arguing on the very first meet, it's like maybe this is not somebody you're gonna really end up with. So do you like those, Richie?
I like some of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I like most of them.
You like most of them. There was only one so far that I felt like you really argued with, which was the very first one.
So weird.
It was really weird. To me, I feel like it was the easiest one to agree with.
Nah, that one for me is just like...
I feel like women have a problem with you when it comes to messaging.
I feel like women have a problem in general when it comes to that.
Whoa, big words.
Wow. Tell me how you really feel. Okay.
I just feel like it's respectful.
I just think it's respectful too. I just think you have to be courteous of people's time. And the same way if you were to message somebody else, like, well, okay, so for example, your daughter gets older and you're messaging her and she's taking her time. You're okay with that?
It depends on the situation.
Oh, give me a break.
Again, like it's
Which
situation.
Working if you busy, cool. But
yeah.
if you ain't doing
but if you
shit,
see, if she sees your message and you see her
message and you put the phone back down, that's rude.
You're eventually gonna look at it.
That is a problem. I'm your damn daddy.
There you go. There you go.
What?
You're like, damn it! I see her go online and post videos and do selfies,
Yeah,
but she can't.
Problem.
You know what? I don't wish that on you, but just know that you sitting here talking to these females.
There's a lot coming, man.
Yeah, go get it back. And I hope not, but you're going to get it back, okay? I know time is almost up, but really quickly, I want to get into some quick ideas in terms of new trends. Not really new, they're old trends. They always recycle things. So like styles they're bringing back the 90s, 80s, and 70s inspired looks, and some things that you want to look out for fall and winter trends that you're going to be seeing coming into 2019, 2020. So I can't believe it's going to be 2020 just now. It's really scary that I said that. So the itsy bitsy bags. You see those small little bags. They're already in right now, but they're going to be in. They're statement bags at this moment. You know the big bags used to be the statement bags. I love big bags still, but the tiny little bags and purses are the new statement bags. So you're going to see a lot of those going forward in the season. So if you see some, especially on sale, whatever, grab a little cute little bag. It's something that you can always put a little lip gloss, your phone in, something or whatnot. Something to definitely you want to grab. Another one is the color for fall, based on the runway in New York, was actually purple. So different hues of purple are going to be all over, whether it's in the stores. So if you are looking to, step to the trends and whatnot, you may want to grab a few purple dresses and outfits and tops. That's definitely one of the trends that you're going to be seeing. Capes are going to be back in as well. So every good superhero needs a good cape. Capes always come back. The cape coats, you know what I mean? The ones with the coats and your arms are in it. Those capes, not like literally like a cape. But the cute jacket cape. I love a good cape coat. So things like that, you're going to definitely want to check. I do. Feathers are on everything, not just shoes. They're putting it on jackets, shirts, whatever, sleeves. You're going to see that. Cinched suiting, so you're going to see suits, but their waist is going to be cinched. Well, there's so much more I can talk about, but the time is really up. So I want to say thank you for tuning in to bChic, Not Bougie. I'm your host, Alicia, alongside DJ Richie. I want to thank Candy for coming in. Again, Candy, where's your at for real estate if you're looking for any real estate, buy, sell, lease?
Candace Henry Real Estate, KANDICE HENRY.
This is Jamie Sparks, and
get at her. You guys have a good one and have a great night. Toodles, next week.
Hey, this is Jermaine Robbins, and you're listening to iLive Radio. Changing the way.